Okay, we're starting our lesson on color, basic color. The first thing we want to remember, what we covered before already, is values are very important. We need to understand that values, color is built on values. So like this box is dark on this side, medium here, light here. We have dark, medium, medium light, and then white. And everything we paint has values, and so we need to understand value first and then build our color on value. And if we look at our apple here, like this apple, and first of all, before we can pursue this color here, we have to realize the values. What part of the apple is dark, what part is medium and light in value, and that depends a lot how we light it. Here I put a spotlight from the side, and it makes a difference. If we go to the color of this face here, before we can pursue all this detail and all this color, first we need to understand the basic values. And if we can simplify the values here by using some Photoshop or photo apps, this is much easier to paint. And I've done that with photo app here for the apple. So first we try to simplify it, and then we move into color. So in getting into color, I'll move my palette over here and kind of see it. Let's start out just using red, yellow, and blue. So if we start out with yellow, here's yellow here. Clean your brush out. The water needs to be clean when we work in color. We go into red, clean your brush out. Move that over just a little bit more here, and then let's go into some blue over here, and here's blue. And most of us know, fundamental color, that if we mix blue and red, we're going to make kind of a purple. If you add a little more red, it's going to change the type of purple it is. You see that there? And then if we clean that brush, really have to clean it out to go back to yellow, because yellow can get very green very quick. And so we're going to mix yellow and red here in my palette. If you can see down here, I'm going to mix these two together. And by mixing those together, it makes kind of an orange color there. So there, and then we can make a green as well by mixing yellow and blue. Now I want to show you a little bit. If we go here to like a simple photograph, this is a photograph my beginners use, and if we're going to try to match a color in that, first I encourage my students to just use 3 colors. So if sometimes we'll actually put these squares. I'll put a square like this over the color, and then we simply try to get the color, and you say, we start out with red, and is that the color? We can say add a little bit of yellow to it, and that's going to move it closer to the color we want. A little bit more yellow, and using just red, yellow, and blue, we get closer to the color we need. Let's try this now on our skin. A lot of people say, what colors do you use for skin? Well, let's give it a try here. I'm actually going to attach this piece of paper and put it right on my wrist here like this, and try to hold it still, and let's paint right on there. So there's my skin color, and I tell my students using just red, yellow, and blue, no other colors. You can see the colors down here. Start out, we'll take some red and we'll put it right here like that, and then I say, is that the color of my skin? And of course that's not it yet. So should we add more red, yellow, or blue? So if we add a little bit of yellow to it here right on top, that's going to make it more orangish. Is that the color of my skin? And it's not correct yet. So then should we add more red, yellow, or blue? Somebody has the courage to say, let's add a little bit of blue to that. So when we add blue to that, red, yellow, and blue make it gray. It's gotten a little bit greenish. And then somebody might say, add a little more red. We add a little bit more red. And somebody says, add a touch more blue. We add a little bit more blue. And now we are getting pretty close to the color of my skin. You can see how, if we get pretty close there, I'm not sure if that's focusing, but that is getting pretty close to the color of my skin. And that's about 95% correct. And that's only using red, yellow, and blue to get our colors right. So we used red, yellow, and then I have some blue over here, and all these colors came from using red, yellow, and blue. So a good way to get into color is start out, just use a red, yellow, and blue and try to do a whole painting using nothing but red, yellow, and blue, and you'd be amazed at how close you could get. But remember, the values have to be right, the drawing has to be right, and then we pursue color. And then technique is way down the road. We should never pursue technique before we get drawing, values, color, composition, design, and then maybe we can pursue technique. Okay? That's it for now.